good morning, and welcome to episode 23 of Timberborn Greedy Armageddon. You joined me here today in the area that we sort of cut out at the end of episode 22. And what I'm going to do today with this is actually fill it back in because I don't like how it looks. So yeah, I'm just going to do all of this here. Now, I do know that we will need to have some sort of river flow through here so that all of this area gets irrigated. But I just don't want it to look as it did. So we will have to figure something else out, or I guess I will. I also have found a mistake that I made. So it's sort of a big one. All of these water wheels and all of these windmills are one too close to this map. I should have left a space here to put platforms so that I can bring power to this corner. So what I'm actually going to do is get the game going here. There's no point in having it paused at the moment. What I'm also going to do is pretty much just delete everything and then have to move it down one. So that also means I'm going to need to do one of these. So yeah, I'm also just going to close these bad water discharges so that we can get beavers down in here. And then of course our water filter will pump out the rest of the dirty water and we can send some beavers down in here. So I want to start building this, but not until everything has been moved out. I do also need to fix this terrain. So this needs to come to about here. And then all of this will get filled in. I'll just wait until, again, all of the bad water is out before I start building any walls or anything. So we'll just wait for that. So yeah, unfortunate. It's a fairly big issue that I need solved because I have this area mapped out. So yeah, like space to the block, and I don't have any other blocks available to replace things. So it needs to be fixed, unfortunately. But it should be a fairly simple one. Luckily, this is just logs, so there shouldn't be any real difficulty in picking them up and then replacing them, especially because we've got 4,000 storage for logs. So what I'm also going to do is pause the paper mill, both of them, so this one as well, because we've got 720 paper, so we've only got about 480 storage left. So let's see, I do also want to straight up delete this herbalist. I'm going to pause this one, and then I do want to, I think we'll keep this refinery for now. But I don't want to be producing the antidote anymore. Or not the antidote, the ointment, excuse me. I think what we really need to do is just replace with as many of the regular medical beds as possible, because we've got 34 injured beavers, and that is a very big issue for our population at the moment. It's basically more than the vacancies that we have, so it absolutely needs to get fixed. So let's see, let's do all of this highest priority. Hello. Wow. Okay. All right. So we'll do all of that. And then I did also want to, need to bring a path down here because none of this was in range. Now I do also want to set this to high priority instead of very high, and I'll just leave those since it's not very many. And then I wanted to do, one of these was set to export, which was the correct thing. Let's see, why is this? Oh, because, let's see, if we scroll down here, you are still open. There we go. Okay, so now everything should be draining. Hopefully quickly and not backfeeding this area, which is what I think it was doing. But that's fine. Not a big deal. So that does mean that all of this now has to either get deleted or paused, largely because it's just not going to have any power once I delete the wheels. So I think we'll just delete it anyways. It's nothing that can't be rebuilt easily. Oh, dang it. I did just do that, huh? Okay, alright. Well, let's just do this for now. Get this all highest priority. Wow, something's going on with the lag here. This is a lot more than normal. Although lately we have been getting a fair bit of lag, so. Anyways, and they are already working on this. Fantastic. Okay, so, let's see. Let's pause this grist mill as well. Now, we can just come in here and delete all of these water wheels. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here with levees, and just so we can move all of that rubble away. Now, what I want this to look like, so the this bridge thing here is going to have to move as well. So we'll do this, and then we'll get rid of that. Okay, now, so this needs to be like this. What am I doing? This. Okay. So it needs to go something like this, because I intend to add a few more. Let's see, get rid of all of that. I intend to add a few more flywheels to this area. So it's going to need to be 4 of them here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. And then this is only going to be 2 high instead of the 4 that's on the other side of the map. So we'll do this here. Perfect. So then what we can do is come in with platforms here, and do something like this. There we go. Okay, and then this needs to be reconnected. So let's do something like that for now. That's fine. Let's see. This is going good. I do eventually want to change this area as well. I don't want to have as many wheels down here. So that will change. Let's see. This is still exporting. That's fine. I do, however, want to set all of this to low priority. And let's check on this. Still just about a block. Okay, that's fine. Oh, wow. So I put that in and then proceeded to delete the water wheels. Oh, my. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, we've got a flooded building. Oh, this was one other thing I wanted to do. I'm so glad that happened. I wanted to put dams here. So let's see. Let's get this highest priority, so that they can come do this. So yeah, these dams are going to allow water to flow over, but still keep 0.6, I believe it is, here. So luckily, this is kind of flooding in all of the right places, so that's fine. We'll get back up to triple speed here. I am just going to leave those on and let them flood. It's not anything major. And then, of course, like I said, this is all highest priority, so that'll be fine. You know what? Let's just do... Actually, no, because they're going to need to... I was gonna say let's just delete these levees, but they're gonna need the levees to build all of the dams, so that's fine. We'll just give them another second or two here. Hopefully they can finish that one on the left. Amazing. Okay, now we can get rid of the levees. There we go. Perfect, yeah, so now all that water, all that excess water is going to flow this way up to the sluices here, and then we're going to start filling this reservoir, which I think I have demolished too much of this area. I think I want to put a little bit of dirt back, so we'll just wait for that for a second, and we'll think about what we want to do here. So let's see, let's come back over here. So all of these storages, I don't want to just put these in and then end up deleting them again in another episode or two, just to move them back over to this wall. So what I'm actually going to do is just delete all of them, and then we'll delete this ladder too. So that means that all of this area is going to change. So I'm just going to come and delete all of this, because I didn't like it anyways. So I don't see any point in waiting until the actual solution is in place to delete that. So what we're just gonna do here is get rid of all of this. There we go. All of this, and that. Perfect. Okay, so then a few of these do need to move as well. But let's see. I want to put this in here. There we go. Let's see. I can also... Oh, all of these are going to need to be removed as well. So let's do this. Perfect. Okay, so we still have injured beavers. All of these are built. Alright, well, let's just see if we can't get in a few more. Just in these odd places. Let's see here as well. Let's see if we can't do something like this. All these. Highest priority. Okay. So, let's see. I am actually going to just turn off all but one of these and one of the gear workshops, just because we had everything running up here, but of course we've just deleted that so that we can move it. That does also mean that I'm going to need to unpause all of these folks and those two, and I think that's it. Let's see, canola oil. Do we have a storage for this? No. Okay. That's something that we need to do. Okay, so let's do that. Let's set to canola oil and get you highest priority so that we can get all of that out of there. We'll start producing more than what we actually need, I guess. No, not more than what we need. We are producing more than what we need. I want to store that excess. So anyways, let's see. Let's get rid of all of this here. And these, and then these, and those. Okay, so let's see. I don't really need to start putting any of this in, but I think I might end up doing so. You know what? Let's see. Let's start getting these power wheels in here as well. These water wheels. This is going to take me a minute. And I think I might actually end up high prioritizing all of these. And I'm not really going to worry about all of the rubble that's on the floor, just because it's being pushed out of the way when I place the water wheels. So they should be able to reach all of the rubble. And we shouldn't have any issue with rebuilding all of them, I hope. So we just have to hope that none of the logs that are being pushed out are just being pushed into the ether, because we really do not have the logs to build all of these again. So our really only option is to pick everything up and then reuse the materials. So let's see, let's get all of this in here. And then fingers crossed that when we put all of the windmills back in, that there isn't any issue with this. Although I really could move it, it's not that big of a deal. Let's see, so now all of this can get in. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There we go. And so now all of this should just have a whole bunch of logs. Or so I hope. Let's see, yeah, some of them, yeah, 34, 43, 34. There's a bunch down here too. Luckily all of this is still reachable. Yeah, 49. Nice. Okay, yeah, all of that should still be reachable. Just so long as there isn't any, like, far away from the path here, but that should be fine regardless. Let's see, I do want to high prioritize this power shaft so that nobody tries to walk along these platforms and end up getting stuck. So let's see, I did also have an idea. So one thing I do want to do is delete this levee here, because I have the power levee mod. So I want to have, we can kind of see this power input here. So then when I do that, all of that lights up. I do want to unlock this. Now, what I want to do with this is put a vertical power shaft here, get some platforms in here. Let's see, up to 6, awesome. And then now this is going to get powered. So here is where I'm going to put in a couple more of the deep mechanical fluid pumps. And I want it that way. There we go. Okay, so this I want to filter water and only run on bad water. Filter bad water. There we go. So I'm not going to prioritize this either. Largely because there's at least 70, I guess, at the most days until the next bad tide, which we aren't even sure if will be a bad tide. So we've got plenty of time to get this in. Of course, we will need, let's see, well, we should have 50 metal blocks. I don't think this one takes, no. So yeah, it's just 50 metal blocks. We've definitely got that. Or do we? Where did all of the metal blocks go? Didn't we just have a few hundred? Were they building any of this? No. I swear we just had a few hundred metal blocks. I really don't think... It was like 200, 300? I don't think all of that went here. Huh. Okay, alright. Well, that's not weird. Let's see, who has nothing to do? You are the lumberjack. Okay, you, lumberjack, can actually just go. I think I might actually just leave you until you get all of your logs in storage out, just so I don't have to give the builders anything else to do. So we'll do this as well. Let's see, let's get rid of this one and then put another one there. Okay, so let's see, we can also bring, hello, there we go, that was odd. We can also bring a path over here and then get a couple scavenger flags in this area as well. So we'll do that, and then we'll do this. Okay, I think, you know what, we're just gonna delete both of these. That's fine. And maybe we'll do this one as well. We'll just, yeah, that's fine. Scrap metal storage is right here, so it's not far walk. Those are planks, so that's fine. Let's see, let's get rid of this random path here. Do these take planks? No. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of all of these. I don't want to do that path, so let's just see if we can do something like this. Make sure that should all be reachable. But I'm just going to redraw a path anyways, just because that's what I like to do. I'd rather have too many paths than not enough, especially with these tunnels. They're able to do all of this without any sort of intervention. So I want to make sure that they're as self-sufficient as possible. So they are actually almost done with this, which is fantastic. So let's see if we scroll down. Oh yeah, they've only got maybe 20-ish. And I would also like to see if we are producing logs here or if we're picking these up, because I bet you we're producing logs, which is amazing. You know what? I'm going to delete these two. And then I think what I'm going to do is not a 6x. We'll do one of these. So that we can get all of this dirt in, and then of course get these logs picked up. So we'll do that now. I do also really want to get rid of this mountain as well. So, oh, you know what? All of the metal blocks were probably in one of these storages that I deleted. All right. That makes a lot more sense. So let's see. Let's get. I don't really want to prioritize much of this. I know this is all logs, so let's do that. This should be logs, planks, and I think cattail flower, yeah. I don't think there's any metal in here. But regardless, that's fine. Let's see. What are you trending down? Berry pies, that's fine. Yeah, look at them all. Coming to collect everything. Fantastic. Let's see. What are... Yeah, looks like they're doing this. So, Spatterdock, I do know that there is not enough storage. Yeah, because there's a bit up there, too. Okay, so, yeah, we're definitely going to need to start on the, tower here. So, you know what? While we're designing this, what I'm going to do is just come down and get some, what are these called? Tunnels. So that they can start working on this. I know they've got 1,000,001 projects to do, and I need to let the game run for another couple hours, just off recording, so that they can just finish all of the building. But that'll happen eventually. So let's see. This is all just a couple of Spatterdock. That's fine. Let's see. I do kind of want to come and collect all of these, because these are planks. We could use planks. Although I guess I've got 1,000,000 all over the floor. And they're done with this also. So let's see. Let's bring this down, and then we'll delete all of these. There we go. Fantastic. So now what we can do is mark both of these to empty. I don't think we're going to need explosives or anything up in this area, so I'm just going to mark all of those to empty. I think I'm also going to bring this down to 1 each. Let's see this one as well. Yeah, I just don't really think we're gonna need much much dynamite or explosives at the moment. I mean, of course, we've got 1,200 explosives and 4,000 extract, so I don't think this is more than 1,000, but I bet you I'll be proven wrong at some point. So we're just gonna leave it. If anything, I can just deprioritize it. Yeah, because this doesn't need to happen any sort of expediently. So I think that'll be fine being deprioritized or anything. So let's actually, speaking of prioritization, come in here and prioritize all of the rubble that's on the ground here, because I would rather them pick all of this up than work on bringing this mountain down. So let's get all of this. And I think I'm going to go down to double speed because my computer is having issues here. We are very laggy, and I'm not sure why. I did build this computer about 3 weeks ago. It's a 7800X3D, so I really don't believe it should be having any sort of issues. I mean, we're doing 175 frames per second, so I don't understand why we're stuttering so much. So if any of you have any sort of ideas as to why, please just let me know so that I can make this all better. Yeah, see, we are completely frozen. That's so odd. It's so odd. Alright, well, it is what it is, and nothing we can do about it at the very moment. So let's just work with what we've got. Let's get all of that, all of that, all of this rubble and everything prioritized. Perfect, and all of this is in as well, so let's do that. Let's prioritize this again. And then come in here with 2 more water wheels. Fantastic. Okay, so let's try 3 times speed and see what happens there. So what we can do, let's reroute these paths so that I can delete all of this. Let's see, so I bet you it would be a good idea to replace this with a station instead of a pylon. So let's see if we can't do that. I hope this works. I don't see why it shouldn't. Unless this distance is too great. I don't want to delete those while there's a million beavers on it, but we'll see. And this is actually filling up quite nicely. I'm kind of surprised at how much that filled up. And yeah, here, look at this all again, too. Alright. Well, alright then, and this is all... You know what? Wait a second. Do we even need these pump running? Yes, because we need... This is our entire log. Yeah, okay, so yes. Let's see. So, if we do end up having too many, like, planks and paper and whatnot, I can just start building a couple of things to use the resources. So, yeah, we've definitely got enough logs, or log storage rather. The biggest issue that I have is beavers. We've got 30 injured beavers. How are we not collecting water? What the heck? Okay, so we'll do that. Let's see, we've got... I'm not sure that 15,000 water is going to last for the next 36 days. And this absolutely will not either. So, maybe what we can do... let's just pause maybe a couple of these. Yeah, because we don't really need any of this irrigated just yet. It just would have been nice to fill it. But I'd rather save the water. So let's see. We do also need to get, although this is all put in, so they'll construct this at their leisure, unfortunately. And then none of this matters in terms of bad water like space. So maybe what we do is kind of sort of put, I don't really want to put that back. We could put this temporary solution back in. I really don't want to. I really hated that, but if it's what we need to do to produce water to last us for the next 30 days, it'll happen. So we'll see. Yeah, because this has come down quite far. So maybe what we do instead is keep these paused. If there's nothing to do in range. Oh, that's fine. Let's see. I could really actually deprioritize those, but I don't think it's completely necessary. You also don't need to be demolished, so we'll do that. You folks need to be demolished, but that's fine. Oh, I guess what I can do, now that I'm producing scrap metal over there, I can pause the efficient mine. Because that's going to give us a couple beavers back, as well as hopefully lessen the quantity of beavers getting injured. So, we'll see how that ends up working. I guess what we could do is add in a few more builders' huts. So let's just do that. We'll do a couple here. And let's high prioritize those. Okay, so now what we can do is start working on the storage wall in this area. Now, unfortunately, I can't stack the underground piles. I could technically, if I really absolutely wanted to, just build, you know... So it would be like on this level we build an underground pile, and then we do overhangs. It'd be the 4. There we go. And then I can put 2 layers of dirt because they're only underground by 2 layers, and then another pile, and then 2 layers of dirt, and so on and so forth. But I don't really like how that looks, so I try to avoid it as much as I can. But if that's something that we need to do, then it can happen. It's not the end of the world. I would just rather it not happen. So, let's see. I would also like to expand this reservoir, or this little lake and river thing here, whatever we're calling this. So maybe we can just lay the dynamite down. So maybe let's do something like this. We can have it come out to the end of the map here. And then once all of this is gone, we can lay even more. So let's see, we can bring this all the way down to here. Or realistically, we can just move this. That could be the move. So we'll see. We'll see. I did also want to add in this here, so that we can have this come around instead of having the platform. I think that looks just a little bit cleaner and will look a little bit better to have all of this be dirt instead of having the platform there. So, we'll see. I was also thinking about doing something like this. So we'll see how that works. Let's see. I want to see what all of this rubble is here after a quick drink break. Drink your water, kids. It's good for you. Okay, so this is all gears, logs, and planks. Let's see, wow, there's a lot of... Oh, there's treated planks in here as well. Oh, I bet you this was my majority of my treated plank storage. Yeah. Okay, well, unfortunate now because we have nothing consuming treated planks. Let's see. Paper is almost full. Okay. So let's see. Let me look at my notes here so that I can see what this storage wall really looks like. So I think it's gonna end up being like 8 tall. Yeah, here we go. So I want to flip these around. Let's see, so what I want these to look like. In storage here, if we go to the undergrounds. Oh geez, thank you lag. What is going on? Okay, so this is gonna be here. So that's aligned. So it's going to be like that. Okay. So then this path needs to go. And we'll get... I should have checked what these storages were, but, you know, of course, hindsight is 20/20. So let's see. If we come along here, this is... This is going to be 8 long, so what I'm going to need to do is redraw this path as well. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So I think this tube-way station is going to need... Tube-way station. Zipline station is going to need to move as well. I do pretty much want to get rid of all of this, so that we can end up putting in a few. Let's see, we don't have them unlocked. Carousels, no. Not agoras. These are dance halls. Yeah, so let's see. This is, facing this way is 1 block and then 1 path. There we go. Yes, I do. This is going to be... Let's see. Oh, this path needs to be removed. Wait a second now. Wait a second. There's a method. Hold on for me now. Okay. And let's see. Let's move this path as well. Okay. So... come back over here to dance hall. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, so starting here. Okay, so I'm just going to temporarily remove this path and route it back around this way. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Well-being. Still not decoration. Okay, so there we go. Here we go is all 8. Fantastic. Okay, so now what we can do is connect all of this. Perfect. You know, let's just delete this storage for now. Or I guess actually, what is all of this? Logs and planks. Let's set the scrap metal to export. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So these are all for water. Okay, so what I think I also need to do is I'm not going to worry about building the water tanks. I am just going to set all of these to highest priority so that they get built. And then all of this as well. I'm pretty sure that this was majority wood. And if not, that's what I'm going to set it to. So there's what, 8 here. So let's do 3 wood. Yeah, let's do 4 wood. I think that'll be better. So 4 wood. Let's do 1 for treated planks. Let's do 1 for metal blocks. We'll do 1 for dirt and 1 for planks. That should be fine. So, we'll see. Now, this zipline station is going to have to go. So, we're going to have to find another place for it to be for the moment. We also really need to worry about water. It's unfortunate that there aren't any bad water sources on this side of the map, because I would totally use that. That would work so much better, and just have the water flow this way as it normally does, instead of it only being on this side of the map, because there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 over here, 5, 6. But not a single clean water source. Or, well, I guess there's these, but it's fine. We're not gonna count those. Let's see, I do also want to... Oh, I already did. Okay. What is all of this? Gears, paper, and planks. Oh, okay. Yeah. Kind of figured that. Let's see. Let's get... I don't really want to add anything else to be high priority for them, so maybe we'll just hold off a second. And let them build the rest of this. So, let's see. If I delete this path here, can I put in a pylon? Will pylon reach here? No. But that does tell me that it will most likely reach there. Although, it'll probably even reach, like, here. So let's see if we do one of... Oh, it's going to come here, though. Right, so that's actually the correct length. Right, and then we'll have this. Maybe we'll put this, like, over here. Because I'm not 100% sure how long our storage wall is going to be. So we'll do that. Let's see if we're going to do this as well. So we need this one and this. Just got to get you connected. Perfect. Okay. Oh, wow. We've got 22 unemployed beavers. Okay, so yeah. I think it was a mix of turning off the efficient mine and adding more of the regular medical beds that definitely helped. Let's see. What I did also want to do is let's just make a more permanent hospital over in this side. So we'll do something like this. Just get a bunch of these in here. There we go. Oh, good job, me. I didn't leave them a place to get up. Let's see. We'll do this one. Okay, and then path comes along here. This is going to go there. This is going to go here. So you need a path, you need a path. Okay, so that's all going to be a more permanent solution. Let's maybe not delete all of the other ones that we put in just yet. So let's see. I would also like to remove all of this, and then all of these levees as well, and replace this with dirt. That just means that we're going to need another way to, or another area to put these honey hives. So we'll see. We'll think about a location for that. Okay, so those have been built. We're just waiting on these last two pieces of terrain. Now, what I really would like to do is delete this, but let's see. Let's do. Okay, so nobody's on this zipline. Goodbye. Okay, so that removes everybody from here as well. Okay, so let's get rid of all of this. Let's get rid of that one. Now, all we have to do is hope that this... Yes, perfect. Okay, so they're done with those two. Almost done with this one. That's fine. Not in any sort of rush for that anyways. But what I do need to do is pretty much remove this whole path. So maybe what we do is pause first. Get rid of all of this. So that we can maybe just bring this path around here. Let's see, let's connect this here. And we'll delete this extra random one. Okay, so then what we can do is now delete this. And that. Perfect. Okay, now I think we can finally get started on the storage wall. So let's get back to 3 times speed and take another drink of water. Okay. So let's see. I want this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide. All right. So that's gonna go here. Oh, wait a second now. I think this may be in the wrong spot. Huh. Okay. Well, let's just get rid of this then. Okay, and get rid of all of these as well. Man, that sucks. I really thought that I had all of this in the right spot. But that's fine. So let's see. This is going to come in here. This is 1 block off. Although, I guess I could just move this back. Let's see. Where is... Yeah, so that's lined up there. So let's just do this instead. Let's see. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 9. Now, there is a little surprise going to be in here. Let's see, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. This is going to take so many planks, but I think it's fine because we've got a literal metric ton of planks all over the floor. And they just need to be collected. So, let's see, let's get all of this in here. I think, yeah, just missed a couple here. Okay, so, here now is going to be triple overhangs. then after this, we're going to come up 3 more. And that's pretty much going to be the top of the map. And there we go. That's all done. Fantastic. Okay, so now what we're going to do in here is rooftop terrace. Because they fit perfectly right in there. Awesome. Okay, so now what we can do is run this path along here. We can also... Yeah, let's just keep this as it is. So we'll do one of those. And then this is going to need, starting there, and then the single dynamites. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So now we do also need to bring in the double platforms. So that these can actually be connected. Let's see. That's wrong. Wait a second here. Although, no, because I'm just going to do ladders, so that will be fine. Oh, but it is still wrong. Oh, no. So these need to be, I think, triples. Yeah. No. These need to be singles and then doubles. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so singles. There we go. And then back to doubles for 3 more. Oh, just 2. Okay, so we'll bring this there, then singles, and then back to doubles for 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, so then I'm just gonna get a million ladders set up in here. Now I think this one needs to be rotated out and then back in. Okay, so now we can bring pathing in. Although that doesn't need any sort of pathing, so wait a second, get rid of you, because you, yeah, are connected. Okay. Alright then. Get back in here doing this. Perfect. And then, yeah, this level doesn't need pathing. So, what we can do then instead is put in scratchers, because scratchers should fit. So maybe we'll come over here. We'll do scratchers, and then we can do teeth grindstones. Not super needed, especially this far away from any sort of tree cutting, but I think we'll just have them in anyways. Let's also put a few medical beds. I'm also looking for the contemplation spot. There it is. Oh, it's not. It's too tall. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Let's see. We can put in a couple decorations here. So I know we can do benches. We'll unlock those. Get 4 of those in there. We'll do a couple braziers. Hedges don't provide any sort of well-being bonus, so I'm going to try and avoid them. I don't think... Yeah, shrubs won't fit in there. Hammocks will. Fantastic. Okay, so let's do a couple hammocks. So now we've got 2 spaces left. Let's see. Can we do... No, beaver busts won't work. Beaver statues, neither. Bulletin pole, no. Lantern's definitely not going to fit. Okay. So... maybe let's see. Let's just put in maybe some... Let's just do 2 more scratchers. I think that'll be easiest. Okay. So yeah, now this is sort of a little spa for everybody. We've got rooftop terraces. We've got scratchers, teeth grindstones, medical beds. We've got braziers, benches, hammocks, scratchers. Yeah. So I think that's a good area for them. Now, so one thing I absolutely want to get done is I want to start filling all of this storage pretty much as absolutely possible. As much as humanly possible, I would say, if these were humans. But, so as much as beaverly possible, I think, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure. So one thing I do need to do, however, is start. Oh wait, all of this. Oh, it's on this side. Okay, right, gotcha. So yeah, we need to start using all of the paper that we've got. So let's see if I come over here and put in some of the large windmills, we can get all of this going. I'm just gonna line them up with the power shaft, like entrance point, on the water wheels, basically just as it was before. Just of course one block to the, I guess, left, the way that we are looking at it now. Okay, so just a couple more here. And then we'll be able to run the path, and the path should be super easy to run. And look at that, we can just get rid of that platform now as well. So let's get all of this run in here. And yeah, look at that, 320 gears and 480 paper. Yeah, so we'll be interested to see how much is left after all of this is built. And there we go. 845 paper. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see. Let's go into priority here, and see that all of this rubble is still prioritized. Oh yeah. So yeah, they're just doing all of this now. So let's see. If I come over here, the only thing that's prioritized is, oh, that's nothing. Okay, so maybe what we'll do is delete this, because I don't think we're gonna have any liquid stored over here. And then what I can do is set this to gears, so that the gears only need to come here, and then of course each of these are planks. So maybe what we'll do also is, well, there's no gears over here, there's no logs, it's just planks. Okay, so yeah, I was thinking about setting this to, or yeah, this one to logs, but I don't think it's really worth doing that, so we'll just skip it. I do also want to get rid of all of this, so we'll leave that for them to do. All of this is what? Logs. Okay, so we're up to almost 3,000 logs. This is all gears and planks. So, you know what? I'm gonna set. So what do we've got? Spatterdock, grilled spatterdock, cattail crackers, cattail flour, and then cattails. So let's just do all of the aquatic plants first. So it's gonna be cattails and spatterdock. Then we're gonna do cattail flour. Grilled spatterdock is gonna be down here. And then cattail crackers, I think, is the last one that needs done. Only if I can, there it is. Okay, so yeah, if we look here, bring all this back up. So we've got cattail root, spatterdock, cattail flour, grilled spatterdock, and cattail crackers. Okay, so perfect. Now we can actually delete all of this. And luckily, all of that's perfect, and oh geez, lag. Wow, that was a big one. Okay. So then all up to what here is going to need to be built. Oh, that one. There we go. So yeah. And And then all of this can get prioritized for collection as well. Oops, not those. There we go. I can, however, start filling this in with dynamite. So we'll do that. Let's see. I'm going to come up to there. Yeah, I think we'll do something like that. Maybe like that. Oh, and I missed one here. There we go. Awesome. So, let's see. I think they're just doing majority, planks and everything. Which is fine because this is going to take a whole lot of planks. So what? Each of these is 80. So, I guess 8, 16, 24. 24 plus 8 is 32. Yeah. So yeah, 320, which of course we've got 3,000. But what this does give us now is more space to expand all of this, which is what I want to do. I think I do also want to just get rid of all of this as well. And then what I'd like to do, I believe, while I check my notes here. Pardon me for 1 second while I find my notes. Here we go. Yeah, so I only had one, two, kind of, sort of. So I've got a row of decorations here. Let's see, so then I put the sluice here, then there's a space, then there's a platform, and then the platform comes that way. Perfect. Okay, so this is now coming. Oh wait, let's see. That's the path. Right? Wait a second. I've messed myself up. So, water source, sluice, space, platform. Platform comes out 1, up, and then across. Okay, so this bottom layer is wrong. There we go. That will be gone. This is all decorations. So the path is in the correct spot, which means the rest of this can get detonated down. Cool. So that will happen at the Beaver's leisure. That doesn't need to happen any sort of expediently. Now, I do also have this coming down and then across here. So, that's going to be a fun thing to build. So, basically, all of this is going to need to be removed. Thankfully, it's not in yet. Yeah, because I'll just have that come this way. So maybe we'll do that also. Yeah. Awesome sauce. Okay. Are they going to be able to stand on this one to demolish? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hopefully, we'll see. I'll probably be proven wrong. So let's come along this way. So we can come out there. Okay, so I'm just gonna then pause that. So I would need to come out quite far. So, oh, let's see. This tree needs to be removed. So let's get all of this out. There we go. Remove. I don't think I'm gonna end up needing this space, but we're gonna remove this tree regardless. I do want to remove all of these trees, but that'll happen. Oh, we're out of water. Oh, we're out of water. Oh, I didn't pay any sort of attention to this. Oh, no. Oh, and we've only got 10,000. Okay, so if I... Okay, wait, if I pause each of those. Pull out my handy dandy calculator here. We have 263 beavers. I'm going to say 265 times 2 is... Oops. Whoa. 265 times 2 is 530. 10,488. 10,488 divided by the number that I just said, which was 530. We've got 19.8 days left of water if we only consume it. Okay, so we either build a very primitive water filtration system as we had at the beginning of this episode before I deleted it, or we keep all of these fluid dumps paused, and these trees probably won't die. Let's see, their drought resistance is 15 days, and I bet you all of this water is going to last more than 15 days, and then I'm not worried about any of the cattail roots or spatterdock in this. I know all of this will die, and I don't care because we've got so much all over the floor here. Although no longer in the floor. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. This is just planks too. Yeah. So let's see. One of these has to be spatterdock. What? Oh, they ate all of the grilled? Huh. Okay. All right. Well, shows you what I know. These are all just planks. There's some cattail roots. Wow. Okay, so maybe I need to prioritize a bit more of this. How many planks do you take? You don't even take planks. Okay. You know what does take planks, though? Large windmills. Because that's going to use some of the paper that we have. And then that's also going to allow me to stop worrying about... let's see, let's get all of this done as well. Yeah, so this is also going to let me stop worrying about these flywheels running out of energy, because we can just get something. Although I don't even think we'll need... Yes, we will. We will need... So maybe I don't put this one in just yet. Although we are connected down there. Because I was intending on rearranging this as well, but this is going to have to be a next episode thing. Yeah, because all of this needs to be rearranged. So, what we're going to do is make the water decision next episode, because this, yeah, I really kind of can't let all of this die. I mean, the berries and things, that'll be fine. I would really rather the maple trees not die. Because they take 40 days to produce maple syrup. I don't care about the dandelions. I don't think, yeah, these, the mangrove trees aren't gonna last, enough time to build anything, so maybe what we'll do is just close this sluice, delete this random platform. that's all we're going to be able to do. I think that's all we'll be able to do. So, on that note, thank you folks for watching, and I will see you in episode 24.